Hi guys, it's Bonnie. I'm speaking to you from Toronto. How's it going today?
Hi,
Good, thanks.
Bon. How's it going?
It's going great. My God, you guys did such a great job in this. And Dylan, I want to ask you right off the bat here, when you are working on something that is from a really great novel, do you find it helpful as an actor to have that source material, or do you just go by your script?
I mean, it certainly is helpful to have the source material. I think the most helpful thing actually is having source material that you can read fan reaction to,
Yes.
which I think is actually a more accurate representation of what's going on in the book. Because when you read a book, you bring your own bias into it, and it persuades you 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I actually found that reading fan reactions is the most helpful to building a character,
Okay.
truthfully. And yeah.
Yeah, Virginia, how about you? Let's go there because you've done lots of stuff where you get fan reactions. Does that influence how you play a role?
Ordinarily, I always read the source material. Like when I did a show that was based on a comic book, I read all the comic books. So generally, I really do enjoy having that much extra information on a character. But with this case in particular, I knew we were taking a huge departure from the books and really
Right.
bringing the 2023 and really kind of making these characters our own. So I didn't want to get too tied to anything that was in the books or the version
Yeah.
of Abby that was in the books because I knew it was going to be a big departure from what was on the page. So I wanted to be able to have the freedom to create a new version of this character.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys did such a great job. Now, Virginia, why are we always attracted to the bad guy? Like to the bad boy. I'm sorry, to the bad boy. And you guys, your chemistry is electric, but it goes back because you were friends before, correct? Virginia, want to take that one first?
Yeah, so we met at a Halloween party many years ago, and Dylan was dressed as like I don't know, it was like this weird like Jolly the Green Giant like corn guy. It was
Porn
Okay.
guys, is that where we're going now?
no, it was like a wood elf.
What else? Yes.
A
Thank
wood
you.
elf.
Finally.
That's what he was dressed as. Total nerd. But he actually witnessed me do my first and only keg stand. So we had a very
Ah,
funny meeting so many years back, and then
yeah.
obviously reunited on this film. And we just get along really great as friends. So that makes it so easy when you have a good friendship with your co-star, because I think that reads on screen. And
Yeah.
as far as why women like the bad boys, I don't know. I'm not into bad boys, so I don't really get
Okay.
it.
That's
If
good. That's good to hear. Dylan, man, you ever did a great job in this and what was so impressive, like, the boxing, the fighting, everything that you did, how much training did you have to do to get into this one?
We did quite a bit, and I will say though that it takes a village. I was not alone. We had a very talented team of trainers, stuntmen, everything. We shot this in Bulgaria about 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in general, it was a time that was tough. I think, Jen, we were like either coming out of or in the midst of COVID. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So,
just to come
so
out of COVID, yeah.
we were coming out of it. So it was a tough time in general, but I loved the challenge. I was kind of right on. This is something that I had never done before. I wanted to see if I could at all, which I was happy to have done. The hardest part was weirdly not the training. The hardest part was actually the eating because it's a lot
Ah,
of food. I had to gain muscle, which is not
right.
something that I'm used to. I'm used to trying to lose weight. So trying to gain muscle in that way was more difficult than I thought. Going in, I had to
Right.
eat a lot of food, too much so, and none of it
Yeah.
had salt or pepper, which was a little bit worrying.
Well, it paid off. I got to tell you. I just wrap it up, Virginia. I'm going to ask you because you're playing this girl Abby. She's we find out a lot about her. She's got some layers. Is it fun for you to take a character like that and just keep peeling away those layers? It's got to be more fun.
Yeah, it's fun. And for me, I always like to journal as a character as well. So I did lots of journaling to sort of flesh out her life and where she'd been, where she's going, and who she's pretending to be. And it was a fun one with wardrobe as well, because her wardrobe is really able to tell a story and tell her arc in that way. And she's obviously dressing as this good girl in the beginning, that she's not totally that person. And then towards the end of the film, it really changes. So it was fun to work closely with wardrobe to create that arc and just clothing as well.
Yeah. And just to wrap it up, Dylan, I got to tell you, full disclosure. Okay. I know I only look 20, but I did the junket for Big Daddy way back in the day. I can't even,
Oh,
yeah, I can't even, I've been doing this a long time. I can't even believe, because I spoke to you and your brother for that. You guys were little guys. You were so cute
Oh
and
my
everything. But
God,
what
Bond. That's so
right?
long ago now.
Well, hello. And I got to tell you, I mean, the one thing I wanted to ask you is, having that opportunity as a kid to work with somebody who is as decent and amazing as Adam
Oh,
Sandler. I
he's the
mean,
best.
honestly, what a gift. How has he influenced you as an actor over the years? What did you learn from him?
You asked such a interesting question right for the very last one. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I will say I think there's something very special there. I think there's something very special there in regards to sticking to your guns and working with the people that you love consistently for that many years.
Yeah.
I think it's testament to how good of a person he is. Um, I Everyone who comes into the industry says, I want to make movies with my friends,
Right.
but
And he
not very
does.
many people continue that.
Yeah.
Work takes them elsewhere, something happens, they get swept up. But Adam's a guy who actually does it,
Yeah.
and he has been doing it for so long. And I think that's such a special thing. That's been his major influence on me, is I'm trying to slowly but surely take it back to working on projects with people I really love to work with and people who are my friends.
Hmm.
Things are happening this year where that could be the case, but to develop an infrastructure where that is just the thing that you do is very special. So I'm trying to do the same thing.
We'll keep making more films with your friend here, Virginia Gardner, and I'd
That's
like to see.
exactly
Well,
right.
we will. Maybe we'll
Jenny's
hopefully get to
in.
see. Yeah, awesome.
hey.
Whether you like it or not, Jen.
Yeah, you're in the friend zone, Jen. What can I tell you? Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your time. You guys, you're fantastic in this
Thank you,
movie,
Don.
and hope to speak to you again sometime soon. Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.